Greetings everyone, here's Lodrick and this is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. He is a commander of the Allied forces and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 with no modifications. This will be now the 28th December, no, May 1942, not December. Yeah, we will see. Sooner or later we will maybe have a next carrier clash near to Saipan. But this will maybe in the future. I need 1 or 2 more days to prepare my fleet carriers. So there was some scouting of some fleets, but no engagement. And there's only one lonely Allied destroyer still trying to suppress my forces in Auckland. Many other forces are destroyed already. I think KilRoy lost here a bunch of light cruisers and destroyers, and many of his battleships and carriers getting damaged, but not sunk. So this is my invasion. I bring here some troops, but unluckily there is some New Zealand task force here, and my landing is also a little rough. So this is a small arms engagement, a patrol boat against 2. I'm not so sure. This is also very small. Maybe patrol craft PCs. Yeah. So very similar ships. At the end, I get 2 hits. I do not even know what kind of shells they use. No one write it here. And here's a I think it's a Dutch. Yeah, I think it's a Dutch submarine. Find one of my AKs. Okay, can happen. With a little luck, I can return to port, but we will see. Morning airstrikes. This Chinese unit looks like it's dying, only destroyed, nothing more disabled. So they're on the last legs. This is still my suppressing of this Chinese movement, trying to slow KilRoy down. That I have a little more time to get my forces in position. All his disabled units cannot attack me more. So it's enough if I only disable him. I don't know, I not even must kill him. Okay, out of Norfolk Island. No, maybe this is not from our. This is from my carrier, escort carrier. Second day, still trying to hit this destroyer, and now I get the hit. One bomb is maybe not enough to sink the destroyer, but now it's already the second hit. So the encounter is maybe also end. Oh, 3 hits. I think this is too much for a destroyer. 4 hits. Yeah, this is a kill. 4 hits, heavy damage, heavy fire. No. And there's a sinking sound. It's not my cargo ship, so this will be now this British destroyer. It's British or Australian? No. Yeah, it's the end. All Commonwealths. So, I think this is out of Canton, yeah. Oh, every bomber is possible and have the range. Oh, this is important. Must have the range to attack in normal range. I throw on the central front. And the key 30s, they don't have the range, they only can fly 6 hexes with normal bomb load. And this is now a torpedo bomber attack, but I already updated what is possible to roof fighters. So my Peets have some support roofs, and I think this is enough to stop this attack. Yeah. The Pete cannot do it, but the roofs are simply too good. At least for anti-torpedo business. So second attempt. Still. And also, no chance. The Vincent torpedo bombers, I mean, these are all very slow airplanes. And again, some airstrike. But okay, now I go for the local minesweeper. And also one hit, one kill and one heavily damaged. Or at least heavy fires, but not sure if this kind of ships will survive this kind of fire. So more sinking. And again, it's only allied ships, so not my cargo ship is still on the map. And this is now the follow-up attack and battle of this. This is the Rangoon army, the British Rangoon army. And the only one really holding here maybe the ground are the Australians. But of course they can only delay the total destruction of these forces. Nothing surrender. And they jumping back direction to their own line. So I was not able to really cut them. I have here again half division is disabled, but for yeah, for the British KilRoy's forces, this is more or less, yeah, less and less equipment left to save. Second attempt to storm the city, and now finally also the last Chinese port city fort. Ah, yeah, it was normally a French city, but so, and also here the same. Oh, everything gets even destroyed. The Chinese are dead, and the Allies trying to take Hamilton, but they fail. Even if I'm low on supply, you can see I have no supplies left, but for defense it's still better. I mean, I think for if you are low on supplies, defense will always work somehow, but for attack it's really much more serious. So the Allies losing here again some equipment. Maybe most important is that they're losing here tanks and the bombardment in Auckland. Yeah, none of us is strong enough to take on the other one. This is my block unit getting more or less half destroyed. And this is the enemy forces. And you can see that I have here only 20 attack value and the New Zealand forces have 50. So I think this is a dead end for me. This operation will not be successful. But it was an attempt. With some bombardment. And the Allies trying to attack me here again. Still, I don't know, but I believe that KilRoy won't get rid of this many units because all of his corps are more or less empty. And if he kills this corpse, he gets them all back with 30% or something like this in 2 months for free. So, or he really try to keep me busy that I cannot move my army around. That could also be. This would be maybe then some Russian multi attack style, so you attack it everywhere and then you hope that somewhere you will be successful, and even if you fail at 80% of your attacks, you can feed simply more people inside because you don't care, but you keep the Germans always busy. So the turn was at the air not so active, but the Allies lost a lot of bunch of here Vincent torpedo bombers. So my air cap patrol was successful. I lost only 1-0 somewhere. Official, I think there's also one destroyer now. So one destroyer, maybe 2 AMCs. Before I forget it, my cargo ship. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, that is a little stupid. I don't know more why. But it looks like that, but I don't know more where was this torpedo attack. Yeah, so this was, I think, this was supplies, original out of Nomaya. I think I sent to Norfolk, or maybe even to Gisborne. It was 2 cargo ships, and then they get intercepted. I think in this shallow water hex. The cargo ship gets a torpedo hit, but continue to the journey, and then more or less at the end of the movement phase, it's make a decision, say, okay, I'm damaged, I better return to port. And now it won't return to port, of course, with this high flotation and system damage, so maybe I will still lose this ship. This was a good ship. Waste. But naja. So, anything in China? Nothing really critical happened in China. I'm still trying to go to Hami, then Oromushi, then it's over more or less. The Chinese cannot break here. The first unit arrived in my hex, and the rest of the units are coming. So luckily, I have already 2,500 attack value, and more is coming. It will arrive next turn. So I don't know, maybe KilRoy need 1 or 2 more turns to attack me, and I will be... we will see how much of my attack value will be ready to defend. Yeah. It is a little tight, but still possible to organize my defense here. And because if KilRoy go all for this city, I can normally more or less keep the forces I have here, this only 100 attack value. This I can block against these forces, because these 4 forces I know I kicked them already twice. There's not more much left. They are all mainly disabled. So they have still high numbers, but they don't have much attack value. There is a British force still blocking my road, so I must get rid of it. The British gets kicked out here again. Now it's a little hard to catch them. Maybe I ignore them. I can let them stay there. Maybe I first take this town and go and take this crossroad. If I take these 2 hexes, then the forces are still trapped. Because they have no real direct road to go back. If they want to walk here, this needs a lot of time. There's no road, and this direction have no road. So normally, if I walk on the highway, I'm much faster. Take the British forces here on, or the British American, and then take the junction. And then I think also there's still no way to escape for the British. Good. Because I think in reality, I mean, of course, the British also lost a lot of troops, but the Japanese was not able to really cut the retreat of the British forces. So I think a bunch of the British equipment and forces and experienced guys, they all escaped to India. So if this maybe never happened, then maybe the Japanese had a much easier life in Burma, at least in 43. Yeah. So anything else? Nothing here more happened. I don't see any Australian forces coming, but I think not that the KilRoy have enough to spare. I mean, he have Australian forces fighting in Burma, he have Australian forces fighting in New Zealand, so the Australians cannot be everywhere. And the Americans only eating ice cream. So New Zealand is the most critical phase is first over. This second landing was not successful, it's too much. I don't have the forces to really battle this out. I can only hope that my division maybe will not arrive next turn. So, but I have here now enough attack power, I think, to make a counter attack. KilRoy attacked me again, so his forces must be very tired. My divisions are only completely out of supplies, so I'm not sure if it makes sense to attack, because maybe out of this all of this attack value, I don't know how much attack value I can put on the table. So it would be maybe waste, and we need first supplies. And here's an additional division waiting for unloading. Not much supplies, but I could... My idea was maybe that I'll unload here and then walk from here to Auckland. But maybe I will now go the old way and try to unload in Gisborne, have 1 more division plus some emergency supplies. And yeah. My forces here, I don't know more where was my... Oh yeah. Here was my scout cruiser with roof fighters, and this squadron have now already 12 kills and lost not 1 own airplane. Very successful. But yeah, So, not too bad. Anything else? Yeah, the Central Pacific area is no activity today. Nothing out of Truk, nothing out of Rabul. No sighting of Wake. Marcus Island is also still. Now it's all quiet because I have nothing in the area. I still need at least one more day. I think I already checked last time. Uh, yeah. All carriers are now ready. So I will create the new carrier fleet. And then you can see here 72, 72, 53, 48, and maybe plus 72, 27. So maybe not the strongest air fleet, but I think still enough. This is more or less like 2 full fleet carriers and 2 support fleet carriers and 1 escort carrier. Yeah. Good. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.